Hey everybody, it's Silver Seeker and welcome back to the channel. Last week I recorded the video where we called a bunch of local coin shops and we asked them what they were selling Silver Eagles and Silver Rounds for. We were surprised to find out that a number of shops actually didn't even have any in stock, and even though they didn't, we still asked them what they were selling for, and we saw numbers that were very, very high. The premiums were quite up there. A lot of the comments that I got from you guys that watched the video was, what would they buy them for if they don't have any in stock? How much would they pay if someone brought them in and sold them to them? And that's what we're going to find out today. We're actually going to get on the phone. We're going to call some of those coin shops back, the ones that were out of Silver Rounds or Silver Eagles, and we're going to see what they're paying for Silver Rounds and Silver Eagles. Additionally, just to tell you, I actually did some research for online retailers that are also buying Silver Rounds and Silver Eagles. I'll put some numbers up on the screen here for you, but SD Bullion, for example, is actually paying $8 over spot for 2022 Silver Eagles as I record this video, $7.50 over spot for early dates as long as they're BU, of course, and then Silver Rounds they're paying $1.50 for. Another online retailer, Money Metals, is paying $2 over spot for Silver Rounds and $7 over spot for Silver Eagles. No, I am not sponsored by either of those companies, and I have no idea I even mentioned them in this video, but I wanted to share the information with you because I see comments all the time where people will argue that the businesses don't actually pay over spot when you buy them. In fact, I see a lot of comments from certain people that will say, I have never in my life seen a coin dealer offer more than spot for any silver product, whether it's Silver Eagle, Silver Rounds, and more. I get comments like that all the time. So that right there, and again, I'll put those screenshots up for you, or I probably already did, proves that online retailers, as well as probably local retailers, which is what we are about to find out, do in fact pay over spot for Silver Rounds and Silver Eagles. Of course, some are better than others, so you should always call around and make sure that you are getting the best price for you. That's what you're looking for. You know, when we do these videos, it's to educate you to look for the best price. That's not to call these shops out, which is why we are going to mask their voice. But let's get on the phone and give them a call and see what these local shops that were out of stock when we called them the other day are now paying for Silver Rounds and Silver Eagles. But before we do me a favor. If you guys are new here, please go down below and make sure you are subscribed. It really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. You guys don't know how much it means to me. And with that being said, let's get on the phone and make some calls. Okay, so we have our coin shops queued up and ready to go. We are going to call back shops 1, 2, 3, and 6 from the other day. Of course, all of these shops are in one-party consent states, just so you know. For legality reasons, we can't call two-party consent states, otherwise we would have to let them know we were recording. Number 2 is at the bottom. As you can see, we do have live spot prices, as we always do in these videos. That way we can compare what they tell us to what spot is, so we can get an idea of what their premium is. A lot of the times they may round. For example, at $25.11, they'll probably, if they're paying $1.50 over spot, they may just say $26.50 or $26.60. So we'll round as well, but let's get these shops on the phone and see what they have to say. The first shop was 100% out of Silver Eagles, so we're going to call them right now and see what they'd pay us if we were to bring some in. Here we go. Hi, could you tell me what you're paying for Silver Eagles right now? BU in the tubes.
Like $3 over spot.
$3 over spot. What about generic Silver Rounds, Buffaloes, again, BU and tubes?
Probably spot.
Spot. All right. Okay, so 3 over for Eagles. And
right.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that one was one of the shops the other day that said they were out. They gave us exactly what they thought they would. They didn't give us exactly, but they gave us what they thought they would sell them for if they had them in stock, but they didn't have any. Unfortunately, as you can see, they're only paying $3 over spot for Silver Eagles and only spot for Silver Rounds. That is considerably lower than the 2 online retailers that we talked about at the beginning of the video, isn't it? So not necessarily a shop you would want to go into, or at least if it's your only local shop and you don't feel like shipping it, at least they're paying a little over spot for Silver Eagles, but that's way back than what I would want to sell mine for, given what we have to pay for them right now to get them across the counter. So that's okay. We have more shops to call. With this second shop that we're going to call, I believe they were out of Silver Eagles as well, but they did have Silver Rounds in stock. So let's give them a call and see what they're paying for Silver Eagles and Silver Rounds. Hi, could you tell me what you're paying for Silver Eagles, BU in the tube?
Sure can. Nice crisp ones right now. I'm paying $31.47.
All right, so that's about 6 over or so? No, it's not bad. And
I'll do the exact math here. 31.47 plus 24.97 minus $6.50.
$6.50. Okay, cool. What about silver rounds then?
Silver rounds, if it was ones that I can resell on our line for nice crisp silver rounds, I'm paying $26.77.
Okay.
If they're ones that I have to sell at a discount, I'm paying $24.17.
All right, that's awesome. Hey, thank you so much. That's a good number. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Okay, so as you noticed, their spot number was a little bit different than ours. You could hear him in the background when he was doing the math. He quoted $24.97 a spot. He said he was paying $6.50 over spot for Silver Eagles based on the spot number that they use. And as you guys know, not all spot numbers are the same. I get my feed from a website that it may be different than, you know, the one that they use. I see a lot of like SD Bullion and APMEX have a different feed than Kitco does, for example. So that totally makes sense. But it looks like they are paying $6.50 over for Silver Eagle. So that is much more in line with what we saw online. A little bit less, but you don't have to ship them out. You can just walk in the store, you can hand them the silver, you can get your cash, and you can be on your way. No paperwork necessary. So if I were to have the option between walking into that shop and getting $6.50 or shipping them to Money Metals for $7, or honestly even SD Bullion for $8, I'd probably just walk into the shop and get my cash and get out. Again, no paperwork, no mess, easy peasy. Rounds they were also paying over spot for. We'll have to do the math afterwards, but I believe it was $1.50 or $1.60 for BU. It was back of spot for scratched up ones, which is something to think about. So when everyone says, hey, it's just silver, whatever, apparently with this shop at least, if it's scratched up silver, it becomes harder to sell. They have to sell it at a discount, and as a result, they buy it for less. So something to keep in mind. All right, so we have 2 more shops to call. We're going to call up shop number 3 from last week's video, and then again, we'll do shop number 6 after that. Let's get shop number 3 on the phone and see what they're paying for 1 ounce Silver Eagles and silver rounds. All right, so I tried to call shop number 3 back, and apparently they are not open on Mondays, which is when I'm doing this video. So we are going to skip them, but we're getting enough data from the other shops plus the online retailers to see what's going on. Hopefully shop 3 gives us, or I'm sorry, now shop 4, because we had to skip shop 3, gives us a good number. Now they actually had Silver Eagles in stock, but they didn't have silver rounds in stock. Let's see what they're going to pay us for silver rounds. And of course, we'll ask for Silver Eagles as well. Let's get them on the phone and see what they say. Hi, could you tell me what you're paying for Silver Eagles, fresh BU in the tube?
You have a monster box? How many?
I don't have a full box, but I have like fresh tubes from a box that have basically never been opened.
How many?
100.
100 of them. You can sell them today. When can you bring them in?
I don't know. I'm calling around to see where I should take them.
I can give you $2 over spot.
All right. What about generic silver rounds? They're also fresh like buffaloes.
Those we can do spot.
Spot. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Bye-bye. Okay, well, the final shop only offered us 2 over for Silver Eagles, which is the cheapest of the 3 that we were actually able to talk to today. They were out of silver rounds when we called them, and unfortunately, they probably will remain out of silver rounds because they're only paying spot for silver rounds. So yeah, you can, as you can see, it is definitely better to sell them online, unless again you want to, unless again you want to not deal with the paperwork. But if you ship off the Money Metals, they're paying $2 over spot for rounds, $1.50 over for rounds at SD Bullion as well. So that gives us an idea of what's going on. Not all retailers and not all coin shops are going to be the same. Some are going to pay stronger than others. There's good ones and bad ones. And that's why when we do these videos, the thing I want to emphasize the most, the thing that's most important for me to share with you guys is it's not to call out the bad shops. I get comments all the time saying, why don't you call out the bad shops and help us out? I believe that doing these videos are helping people out because it shows them what shops to avoid. Releasing the name of a coin shop in one local area isn't going to help a whole lot of people, but giving the information and education to you guys so that you know what to look for, what you can expect to get at a better shop will help everyone much more immensely than just calling out bad shops. That's not what we're here to do. We're not going to call them out. They may have to pay lower for whatever reason it is, and that's not for us to determine, but as far as for you, as far as the education is concerned, clearly, for example, in the second shop that we called that was paying $6.50 over for Eagles, and I believe I'd have to do the math, but $1.50 over for rounds. I'll do that when we do the editing. They were paying quite strong, and there are good shops out there like that. So I wish we could have seen what shop 3 said, but again, they weren't open. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a little bit. If you did, do me a favor, like I said earlier, go down below and make sure you are subscribed. A lot of people that watch the channel aren't subscribed and don't even know it, so I'd appreciate it if you did that. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.